What up, my freaks? Ruinous Insight here with part 10 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Grimgor Ironhide campaign. So as we saw last time, arachnic spider claws, spider gobs had to fight for their survival as the Sigmarsheim Empire faction suddenly redeclared war on us and attacked Arachnic while he was in march stance. Fortunately, he was still able to pull off the victory there, and didn't take all that much damage thanks to the power of having a massive meat shield in the form of his WAAAGH. And the spiders have been rewarded, and the Arachnarok Queen has been summoned to their army, the first of many Arachnaroks that will be added onto the field. Should be a good time. This time around, we're going to continue. Well, we're probably going to break this faction because that looks like it might have been their only main army. And Grimgor will continue southward through the mountains while Gorkil Gutstabba moves towards our newly confederated territory of the, I want to say, Bloodfeathers tribe. I don't remember what their name was. Some tribe. Wait. It was Bloodfeather tribe, yeah. One day I may know this map as well as I know the regular map, or at least the factions. Anyway, before we get started, looks like we did once again manage to make the engagement threshold, so once again, the episode will be that hour long, and once again the offer stands 300 likes and 50 comments, and the next episode will continue in the same light. That's it for me, let's get to it. In Grimgor, we're going to head into the WAAAGH begin stance and head to Grunzint. Should be a quick little auto-resolve. We fought a tougher battle at Castle whatever it was called last episode with Grimgor, and he had no problem with it whatsoever. Free backstabber, and that's it. Grunzint is ours. I also noticed that the Greenskins seem to change the type of wood that's in their territory. When we own a territory, it's this type of wood, but it looks like it's the same type when the Empire owns it. Because I swear I just saw this type of wood change to this type. No? Alright, we gotta take a look next time there's a capture, which will happen as soon as Spiteblood Reaper attacks this, which we'll do in a second. Let's first send Mr. Arachnic to... I can't... Or can he? No, he can't. Alright, let's have him grab Wesson. We're not going to use him to reinforce. I want Spiteblood Reaper to have a fight as well. Alright, you can... this is going to, what, kill off a unit of the WAAAGH? Nah, that's fine. That's fine, not a big deal. They're there to serve as the meat shields and just as meat for the spiders when they get hungry. So, yeah, they're there as they should be. Also got to remember to get more goblin bosses in here. Let's also delete these garbage buildings that we won't need, though we will be building other buildings in a little bit. Ugg doesn't need to move. Arachnic has moved. Nobber has nearly arrived. So let's pop him briefly into Merton, where he will hopefully heal up. And then we will hit Port Saul. Also, we have a decent amount of scrap now, so maybe we can spread a little of that scrap loving around. Get Quell Animosity, and then let's upgrade the Teeth Collectors here, or just generally all the biggins. Reinforced weapons and scrap armor. I think since the anvil is going to be these 3 units of biggins, we're going to give him scrap armor, like so, for the additional armor. But the Savage Orcs will get the bonus versus large, and yeah, this army is going to need anti-large quite a bit, so they can mob anybody who's anti-large, like so. And we'll leave the rest of the army upgrades later. And you know what, we might as well do the same thing for at least some of the spider units. I don't know which of the spider units are going to be kept, so I'm not going to do them all. But I do want some for variety. So we have Scrap Saddles. It's obviously going to be this one. Reload reduction? Nah. These guys don't do enough damage for that to be worth our time. Scrap Saddles gives us armor and speed, both of which we need. Scrap Saddles and Scrap Saddles and Scrap Saddles. We'll do these 3 units first because we're definitely keeping them. And let's say do 4 of the Spider Riders with melee. And they have a similar sort of thing. I'm going to go Scrap Saddles again. The armor is really... it was really nice. Wait, just to double check. Oh, it looks like these 2 will reach higher levels sooner, but you have more HP. And are thus less likely to suddenly die, so scrap saddles for you. And one more. Oh, these guys are all kind of hurt. You know what? Let's pick the one that will level up the next. That'll be you. Scrap saddles. It's gonna bother me that this one's here and these ones don't have it, but whatever. Hopefully not a big deal. That is that Gorkill. You have an island. And that was down here, so we'll grab that real quick. And it's a sea corpse, which I believe this should be a fight. Yes, yes. But we're not obviously going to waste our time fighting this trash. And we will instead take the... we are about to land. Which means we may want to not risk the fightiness and eat the captives as well. Let's land instead. And, okay, we got a free backstab, a free shroom gatherer, which is Night Goblin leadership. I wonder if that can be given to heroes. And 8,000 money. That'll certainly come in handy. Let's land here, where we will raid, and we need to head towards this guy right here. But hopefully also not take so much damage, it'll be concerning. What's your global recruitment like? I was hoping if we could recruit a troll in one turn, like even a regular troll. But it takes 2 turns, and it's also costing 2,000 gold, so it's a little bit much. Just a little bit much. Blorg Pigkissa. I guess we're just going to sit here for a while. We don't know whether we're going to get attacked, and frankly, we probably are, but we may need you to help before we delete you later on. Masha Bigagit. On the one hand, we want you to keep stealing tech. On the other hand, I'd like you to keep an eye on what's going on out here. Alright, so there is an... Oh, Elven army here. Interesting. And the Marienburg port. Ooh. We could make a lot of money out of this province if we take it for ourselves. Just out of curiosity. And they would be contiguous with our empire, so we can move all the way down here. And we do essentially have to link up to Grom. We don't want to essentially conquer everything in the sense that I don't want too much territory as it'll become a administrative hassle, which I'm sure the orcs don't want to deal with, especially since the orcs seem to have a lot of construction to do, surprisingly. So I think I'd rather, yeah, maybe link up with Grom and then maybe Ikit, depending. And then allow some others to conquer while we do some fighting and raiding and whatnot. Anyway, Spite Blood Reaper, time for you to strike once more. You are going to, let's see, we have Smash 'em Faster. And we want to get you something, though. With those 2 points. Probably don't need to make you a strong fighter as yet. Death from Above and Gabos, which also buffs the Night Goblin Fanatics. We don't have anything that buffs the trolls, but frankly, we don't have a lot of stuff that's trolly anyway. I guess since we have the Goblin Rock Lobbers, we can grab Savage Smarts, which will buff them up. And I am tempted just to get Biggest and Strongest. It's 1 point, and these guys will benefit from it, so yeah. Get Biggest and Strongest. I think that works. Alrighty, what about the rest of you? Our caster for this army. We do have Soul Blight now maxed out. Might as well get Evasion. And into the stuff here, though I still probably won't use Purple Sun all that much. Get you maxing out Scavenge. Wait, what level are you? Oh, you already have it maxed out. Good, 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 good. Just had to double check. Max out Scavenge here. Let's get Hollerin'. We probably want to get Stickum Boys as fast as possible in order to get the biggest teeth. Let's do that here. And then all the way to Shrooms and just power up the entire army effectively. This gives you speed and damage, this gives you charge and speed, this gives you melee attack and so damn, you're gonna be real fast, ain't you? Fast little gabos. Alright. And you can get Stickum Boys. Nice. Alright, what are our attacks at? 40 and 33. Not too bad, I would say. Could use more armor, but alas, Spite Blood Reaper is a goblin war boss, and his gobbo buff is a charge bonus rather than extra armor, which is a little bit unfortunate. But what can you do? Anyway, head out to tag this guy, I guess. Oh. I wonder if we'd be able to reach him if we were in... you know what, let's not risk it. Let's not risk it. I'm not going to change stances. This was the remnants of that destroyed army, so we should be able to draw out the garrison, and I think this battle is worth fighting, plus I want to see the Gabos do their thing. We got handgunners, we got knights, we got some great swords and stuff. Let's make it, I was just wondering, maybe we shouldn't use the WAAAGH. Nah, I'm probably still gonna use the WAAAGH. Anyway, let's have a good fight. Man, it really does seem that every single one of the Orc Lords slash, well, Greenskin Lords generally, and don't like to make much in the way of speeches, and hey, all of watching the squigs jump around though, not to worry. Squig Army is coming right after Boar Army, unless the Range Army is cheaper, which may be interspersed between them, but, well, all the armies are coming in regardless. Anyway, we're gonna start the battle off by facing off against the enemies that are deployed by themselves here. A couple of units of Pistoliers summoned due to the defensive structure of the enemy settlement, allowing the summoning of Pistoliers in the province. Then there's a unit of Knights Errant here, and they will get ripped apart quite quickly by the Stone Trolls, and a little bit in the way of poison from the Gobos, and the debuff from the River Troll Hag as well. A long story short, they're gonna have a bad time, and on the bright side, the bad time won't be lasting too long. Looks like we got a little bit of a debuff going, Soul Blight on those Pistoliers. Not that I think that we need them all that much. Looks like the Knights Errant are booking it on out of there, and I'm trying to catch sight of the enemy Lord, who appears to be in the center of this melee, and getting back up. Still really digging the yellow and green color scheme of this faction, though. It is quite nice. Alright, and yeah, wait, reinforcements. What do we have here? The enemy Lord is routing, completely surrounded, and the Pistoliers are gone. The Knights Errant are booking it as well, and it looks like we're gonna wait for the main enemy host to arrive. We got our WAAAGH coming in as well, so we're gonna put them right in front of all of our Gobos, and then send the Gobos in. This will also be a time to take advantage of the longer range on our Night Goblin Archers now. We have them upgraded, and just to compare, the crossbows are at 170, so they do still slightly outrange the Night Goblin Archers, but it's getting there, getting close. And we also have our Rock Lobbers, so far the only army where we have Rock Lobbers, though the Bretonnian territories don't lend themselves well to this particular type of artillery, mostly because there's a lot of trees pretty much interspersed throughout the battle map, and they're just enough to block off a bunch of the shots of the catapults, and what can you do? Looks like the enemy's gonna mill around, but mill around just out of range of our catapults, and they'll have the chance to reform or form up before they get to us and start taking hits from those rocks. Not that we really expect them to do all that much damage, and by them I mean the rock lobbers. Haven't been too impressed with them so far. They seem to be very much inferior to grudge throwers, but, well, you know, and dwarven engineering versus crude and goblin. The word tech seems like not quite the right word, but hey, they did come up with catapults, or at least imitated the whoever they saw making catapults, frankly, probably also the dwarfs. Anyway, the enemy army is heading towards us. Our trolls and co are returning. Looks like they did manage to knock down the enemy lord. We're going to send the WAAAGH units forward because we don't care about them, and we will send our various night goblins with their stock around to try to hit the enemy flanks and back lines. Looks like this gobbo battle will start off with the Black Orcs moving in. Actually, some damn decent accuracy from the Goblin Gunners there. Or artillery crew, I guess. Oh, wow, that did not hit any of our Black Orcs, and despite the fact that these guys were close, yeah, surprisingly good accuracy. And here comes the arrow rain, as well as our Night Goblins are now finally able to add support. Haven't seen them do too much range damage throughout this campaign as yet, but hopefully it'll ramp up. This is also not going to be our only Goblin army, so they'll still have plenty of work on them. Especially the Rusty Arrows. The Rusty Arrows did do fantastic the times we've seen them do their thing. The WAAAGH units are still arriving. Reinforcements have arrived, but now we are well and engaged with the main enemy line. A unit of flanking spearmen get absolutely overwhelmed here by the goblin big bosses, leading some orc boys forward, but allowing our night goblins to start moving around and hopefully hit those enemy range units. There are still Empire Knights on the field. We do have to be concerned with them, as despite the fact that they are pretty trash for cavalry, they're still going to be very much threatening to goblin units because of their relative fragility. Alright, River Troll Hag just smacking around a few of those halberdiers as they try to run with her sack of fishes and whatnot. And here come the goblins running forward. Quite adorably, I might add. Just the way they run and have their little daggers up high. I like that they hold both of their daggers up high. There we go. Well, now they finally get stuck in, and they should be able to rip apart these crossbows without too much trouble. And here come even more goblins and a few orcs to cut them out as well. Alright, more gobos moving in the background. It looks like our numbers are starting to tell as the remnants of the enemy army are getting enveloped, and most of the enemy center, bulk of the enemy army is in fact routing out of there. Our WAAAGH is active at the same time, rocks and arrows raining overhead as those few enemy holdouts are beginning to rout as well, and by the looks of it, shatter. Alright. A few units of knights holding out, but I think as soon as this unit shatters, the battle will be ours. Alright, here come the trolls. Trolls knocking down some of the gobos and orcs, but they'll just get back up. And frankly, I kind of expect that from a greenskin force anyway. Seems like any greenskin army would, somewhat like a Skaven army, be very much a danger to itself. Ooh, nice hit on that Empire Knight from that River Troll Hag. Yeah, army would be dangerous to itself periodically, and maybe not so periodically, but always. Anyway, chase them down, but really not a problematic battle at all, and I think we pretty much preserved the HP on all of our Gobbo units. Alright, there we go. I can certainly see why the battle was auto-resolvable. The advantage that the insanely superior or numerical advantage that was offered by our WAAAGH was just way too much with a relatively minor amount of enemies to overcome. We're going to grab a Leret for ourselves now, and we're going to auto-resolve it because we just won the battle, and we'll take basically no casualties to our main army, instead only to the WAAAGH. Occupy the place. And we will heal to full, even the WAAAGH will pretty much heal to full as well. Artois is now ours. Leret, you have a Goblin Tinkerer bench here, huh? So if we wanted to build the rock lobbers, we could, but I don't see the need for it here, especially as it doesn't offer us any kind of other advantages. I also am doubtful of the need of the Orc Guardhouse, but I guess for now, and we'll hold on to it, and I'll probably replace it later on. And you know what, we'll take a look at the other stuff that needs to be built after we're done with everything else, which, frankly, we are done with everything else, aren't we? Just to double check, but yeah, we are. Alright, which means we can get to building. Alright, so two things. First of all, diplomacy. Oh, look, we know Kazrak One-Eye now. Clan Septic. Who are you? And where are you located? Oh, they're probably located here at Glimdoro? Do we care about this territory, I guess is the question for ourselves. Not really, I would say. And, wait. The Beastmen can trade? The Orcs can't trade, but the Beastmen can trade. I would say that the Orcs have a more functional economy than the Beastmen do, though, to be fair, at the same time. the Orcish economy is kind of exclusionary in the sense that no other faction would be willing to take Teef in the way that they would, so kind of iffy there. Anyway, I guess we are going to... We could non-aggress with them, and only give us 1,100 money, it's not that much. I would like a couple of Skaven allies just for some Skaven units. I just wonder if this is to be the faction. It's kind of out of the way. Alright, you know what, we're gonna do non-aggression pact for now. Once again, we can always betray them later. Gotta remember, we can betray anybody at any time we want. It's not like we're locking ourselves into stuff forever. Anyway, let's get to building that Gabo city right there, Lakeland. We will upgrade your fort here, Lost Road. We will upgrade the Uber Mega Tower, which will give us +2 scrap per turn. Yes, the more of these get, the more scrap per turn we get, and the happier we should be. Goblin Tinkerer's Workshop, I think, first. Mostly because the Rogue Idol building, which, oh, this gives us recruitment capacity as, okay, no, fine, I'll switch to the Rogue Idol building, even though it's more expensive. Also doesn't offer us a crazy amount of stuff right now, but that's okay. Heap of shiny stuff, lots of heaps, lots of shinies, and Boss Camp for you, and Boss Pole, or Totem Pole, for you, Growth and Public Order, Gabo Town to get research, construction cost reduction, etc. Boss Pole and Horde, and I believe we do have a Beast Layers here as well, which we shall build to reduce upkeep for various units further. Gotta keep up that Gloomy Hollow for more spider building, which we intend to do. Bokel has the Troll Cave. Wasn't there another area nearby that had a troll cave? I think there was, but at the same time... Well, either way, we'll build a defensive structure here. Oh yeah, you had the troll cave. But the problem with your troll cave is that it's in our red territory. Blorg, I would like you to go to Bokel, actually. And then recruit from there next turn. Or actually, we should probably recruit from here. Watch Empire declare war on us here and attack this place. Killing Blorg, and well, it's not like we really care about Blorg, to be fair, so... I guess if it happens, and then it happens. You need to build the idols, I guess? Go for the idols first. We'll upgrade the territory here, and we will want to build both Raiden stashes and piles of shiny stuff and idols and growth. Growth and public order and money. What do we have here? Another boss pole. You know what? I think we need defenses here more than anything else. Also, I don't really care about these magical forests, but they're not bad places to construct the... Ooh. We have a suitable climate with a troll area here. Huh. We could easily recruit some trolls for Gorkill if we wanted to, rather than having to do it here, which would take twice as long. Guess I'm not tempted, though on the other hand, Gorkill rather. I combined Blorg with Gorkill and said Blorkill, but it's gonna take some time to get here. He has to walk by all those elves. I don't know, we'll hold off. I was gonna destroy or delete this building at Grungzint, but perhaps we will wait on it for that reason. Instead, we'll get the raiding stashes and we'll get the boss's tent. Need that public order, and then lastly, Gisoro. We are still not sure if you're gonna fall again, but you know, I'll just get that greenskin camp up and running. It's not a big deal. And there we go. Alright, that's the buildings, and we even have some money left over. Not for long, I would imagine, as we continue building stuff, but nonetheless. Knobber, just to double check, you need Root Marcher, you need Inspiring Presence, and you need to buff... Let's start with Du Bois for both the Biggin types, and then we'll move on to this stuff, which also takes only a single set of upgrades, or a single red line skill. Low fightiness on Ugg. Really wish it wouldn't display his low fightiness in particular, since we don't care about it. Maybe it's... Huh. Is it because he has a unit that it's displaying it? Yeah, see, this one isn't displaying it on Kruga. It's this one unit, but I'm still disinclined to get rid of it because we're going to pop it into the Boar army as soon as we get it up and running, so yeah. Skip. Not commandment available, skip. You can have, for now, brag about the boss. We want faster movement range for anybody that comes near. Damage building in Drakenhole. But we're gonna leave that. Kira not moved, and that's it. Alright, end turn. See if we get attacked here anywhere. Anywhere here, whatever. Blessed Dread huh. Wait, we allied with the Blessed Dread in this one, It's the confusion setting in for multiple campaigns at once as to who you're at war with where. And it looks like nobody can attack us. Settlement Besiege Broke Hill again, or is that the different? Oh, it's just this. Why would you even? Okay, just don't even bother. We don't care about the fightiness, so let's take the treasure instead. Though I suppose we could have gotten the public order reward as well, which wouldn't have been amiss. A Belorg, sir, and this guy summoned another lord. And aha, we've got a full stack here. That's concerning. They could declare war on Gorkill and most definitely kill off his army while it's in its current state. Damn, we need to get around his territories without dying. Alright, move this way. And I'm gonna hope we didn't get you killed. Oh, it would be really unfortunate. Do we risk this? We could set out to sea and try to travel through our allies' territory. What if this guy would declare war on the Hung Warband? Join war against the Hung Warband -104. No, doesn't look like it. He's not too fond of us. Which faction is this, by the way? Okay, it's no specific faction, it's just some random elf faction. How many turns would it take? Yeah, just the one turn to recruit the trolls here, which we do want to do. Though they're so expensive and we want to wait for Gorkill to come around. Oh, man. It's so risky. Alright, try to move this way. We'll see what this guy does. And we'll hope that he can't attack us. Oh, there's another army here. Oh, no. They could attack Gorkill. And these guys could reinforce. Can you go into March stance now? No, you cannot. Oh. If they do this, then Gorkill's done. Alright, well, let's level him up. And just in case, who would benefit from the stuff in his army? He was currently going through the big lads, which does make sense. Too bad he doesn't have that wyvern yet. And I guess we're going to continue through the big lads. It'll only buff the swamp things, but it will buff those trolls if we can get to them. Tunnel boss won't help here. Hit points, weapon strength, I guess hit points, more hit points. You're not going to be able to take on a dragon though, at least not yet. You will later. You! Snaz Spear Chucka. Spirit Leech, Life Leeching, and Soul Blight. I'd love Replenish Troops, but we need to be able to cast with all the mana we have. You guys. Dead Hard and Hard to Hit for obvious reasons. Hard to hit and hit hard, and then you can get hard to hit as well. There we go. Let's hope you survive. Not much more to do with you right now. And Grimgor, you are going to hit this place. Ooh, hello. Oh, we've sighted Lewin again. Alright. WAAAGH begins can reach it. Good. Onward and upward. And unresolve the place. Oh, always hurting the giants. That's really going to become annoying, isn't it? I mean, it already is, but what can you do? It's part of the game's experience at this point. I wonder if we should build a hag hut here, just so that we can quickly get the troll upgrades. It is a tier 3 though, so in theory we could get it here. It's just it'll take 6 turns, whereas here it'll take 4. Though, nah, we can't do a commandment to reduce this. And until this is built, it's not that great of an investment, or at least time-wise. I mean, you know what? It's relatively cheap. Build it here, and let's just hope we get something useful out of it. Let's also build the idols there as well for that growth continuation. Spy Blood Reaper. How are you gonna move? I guess you're moving to Sigmarsheim, which you can probably reach in your other stance, so go here. And into WAAAGH begins and take Sigmarsheim. This faction. They wanted the spiders dead so much that they destroyed themselves. Occupy, lovely. And we won't be needing the Brawling Grounds. Arachnic, you are headed out this way. Do we risk march stancing him again? I remember that there were armies out here, but it's gonna take a while to cross the forests. I can't even see how far he can go. Okay, so he can go here in march stance. How far can you go in underway? Oh, further. Alright, let's just underway through. Safer. Alright, and I see no army. So where is Lewin gonna go? Probably not gonna attack Arachnic, but let's not risk it. And let's give you... riders or possibly artisanales. Missile, strength and range versus charge and speed. I mean, we're gonna get both either way. I'm gonna say charge and speed's gonna be more useful to us in the immediate. And we really need that Goblin Tide, gotta get to that rank, and then I guess we'll go for artisanales immediately. Gotta buff all those spiders after all. Yeah. Spider buff continues. Alright. Next up, no. Kruga, no. Arachnic, yes. Wait, no. You've already moved. Nobber, you also, yes. Head to Port Saul. And what do we have here? Do we have defenses? No, we don't. That will be auto-resolvable, but Martel looks like it'll be a fight. Alright, so we can have you besiege Martel, have them sally out, and then actually fight them, and I did not expect you to get that damaged by that little battle. Alright, he's gonna need to heal up. Problem with this army is that he lacks somebody that gives him additional regen. Might move out of the settlement and go into encamp stance. Does this heal us more? 22, 27 too. Very, very slightly more, sure. Enemy killed in battle and Giant Wolf for you, but we gotta get you a proper fight. Next up, who do we have? Blorg does not need to move and may or may not recruit. Masha wants to steal tech from Marienburg. Or wait. Better to steal it from Klesson. Yeah, another success. Nice. Doing that steel tech. And Sly Eye Gouger. Ah, would you look at that? What the heck? Scarbrand, what are you doing, man? What is this? Why would you do this? And I know that Corn loves his hounds, but this is a little excessive, man. Why would you build an army like this? Oh my lord, I don't even know. Last episode I was wondering whether Scarbrand might be fun to fight for Grimgor, but if this is the kind of armies he's generating, no, it's a waste of our time. The heck is that? Anyway, I believe that was the last army movement, so let's get back to building. Greenskin Shipyard, please. Tower of Lenog. You're supposed to make money. At the very least, we'll build the Orky forts, because they're nice and useful everywhere. Probably build a shrine to Gork and Mork as well. I mean, we're building these things here everywhere, so we may as well continue to do so. And this place does make a lot of cash, though. So we could increase that very slightly by building non-structures. But I suppose, considering their faction-wide upkeep reduction, once we get the research, it'll be more worth it to build these here. It'll be more worth it than any of the, like, 100 gold that they can make. Castle UNS, let's get that boss's camp up and running. You are also in requirement of the pile of shiny stuff, and at least for now, another idols. Good. Marches of Kuhan, you are going to get that boss's check. Dreckwald defenses. I mean, build them for now, delete them later. Still tempted by the... You know what? Let's actually start upgrading the Hag Hut. If we can get some use out of it here before we delete it, it would be nice. What do we have here? You are in need of raiding pits and in need of, I guess, piles of shiny stuff. You need raiding pits as well, but also piles of shiny stuff as well. Then we gotta keep in mind that they do cause control debuffs. But the Confederation debuff will be gone in 3 turns, so it'll somewhat fix itself. Bleeding Stone. I I mean, we can keep some of the stuff, but I think we're not going to upgrade anything there yet, because I feel like we're going to do to it exactly what we did here at Sureweald Forest, where we build all the towers. I think these magical forests are good places to do that, so, yeah. Anyway, Old Musion, you are the last. Let's upgrade Sigmarsheim immediately. Hopefully it won't get immediately attacked. We can't build the salt building here, so I guess we'll immediately go to pile of shiny stuff. And get some more of that shiny stuff. As we do. Alrighty, quick deal. Diplomacy with Slayer of Souls. They're at war with Scarbrand, so most likely Scarbrand will win, which means most likely we'll ally with him. Low fightiness again on Hug, because it tricks me every time. Unassigned skill points, commandment available. You can actually go to Camp Ruckus, because Grimgor won't be in this province. Or actually, wait. How far can he move, I wonder? We can move right to the edge of this province. And you know what, fine. Brag about the boss for now, and then we'll switch after. Assuming we can go here and then have Grimgor move in one big bound to Castle Soho. I've also sighted some dwarfs. Ah, finally. I'll love to hunt some stunties soon. Here not moved, end turn. Looks like end turn. Let's see if Korkill gets killed here. Oh man, I got really attached to him too. But that's the risk you take. And look here. You don't like us anymore. You've ended our non-aggression pact. Well, it looks like Norska will stand against us, foolish perhaps. But it's not like we'll complain about taking green territories, so if we need to send armies up there, we most certainly will. Alright, did Elftown move or did they not? Is Gorkill safe? It looks like he'll live to fight another day. These guys are still nearby. I guess now the question is, can we get away from them in such a way that we can get to our own territory? One of the problems is we don't know where this other army is. Damn. Gorkill, you are not in a good position. Who are you at war with right now? Probably fighting the Skaven, eh? I don't know if he'd win the fight against that chariot enemy. Alright, try to move this way. Don't raid these guys. Move right to the edge of this territory. But don't go into this territory. And there they are. And oh my. I made a terrible mistake. Wait. You can't set out to sail again, can you? No. Can you go into march stance? You can, but I can't tell how far you can go. And I also can't tell how far this guy can go. If we could get to Fort Solace, we would find solace there. Alright, please don't screw me on this game. No, we can't go far enough, and this guy would probably be able to reach it. Alright, back into raiding camp. Or, you know what? Go into ambush. Maybe, if it doesn't get foiled, he won't know you're here. Oh, it's so stupid, but what can you do? And Grimgor, you... Lewin didn't move. Wait, Grimgor, you've defeated Lewin. Meaning, just to double check, Kingslayer, yes. Alright, so what I want you to do is freak him out by forcing him this way, and we'll have Arachne kill him and get that buff on him as well. Please don't go around the mountains. And of course he's gonna go this way, but it's okay, we're good. Alright, Grimgor right here, we'll reinforce. Arachne, kill. And I guess WAAAGH begins stance, like so. Quick little auto-resolve. We're obviously not fighting the pile of peasants here, it's a waste of our time. Though the Knights of the Lion-Hearted, for those of you who remember my Bretonnia campaign, are a scary, scary unit. And, well, they were called Lewin's Lions in that campaign, but they certainly were the top-performing unit, I think, of the entire campaign. Anyway, I'll resolve this real quick. Wait. Ooh, for a second I thought it was going to kill our giants, and it will probably still damage them because... only slightly. It's fine. Got 5,000 gold out of that, and... ransom captives. We still need the money. Oh, you're still hurt as well, though. 2,000 gold, though. Fine. Not enough fightiness, but alas. Going to raiding camp now, and we got a free scroll. Oh, no, we didn't. The mission was aborted for the Scroll of Power, but we did get the charge bonus for the Lord's Army, which is great for an army that relied on charge. An armor of silvered steel. Now, if you go into enemy territory, will you heal less? No, you won't. You'll actually heal more and or the same amount, which means we're okay. But if we start the next turn in Garbin's Hold, we'll be able to get to brag about the boss. You know what? Go here. I know it's raiding our own territory, but it'll be fine. Just want to use that to heal up a little bit. Also, channeling staff. Did we not get a power stone or something? Channeling staff. We got an earthing rod. Okay, earthing rod plus channeling staff fuse. Another ogre blade. Okay, not great. We'll assign some of the stuff later, but not necessary right now. At least not super necessary. Anyway, let's continue. Spy Blood Reaper.
Great and powerful war boss.
Wherefore do you go? Nobber. Go right here, outside of Martel, where you will continue healing and heal more in enemy territory. And actually, you're raiding us quite a bit. We'll have him besiege Martel, and they will sally out and we'll have a nice fight for him. You, sir, must proceed to Castle Rashar. And I guess we can go here. It's not like you're threatened by a single army from any of these guys. And we've almost reached Mousillon as well. Nice. Alright, raid for you as well. Only 340 compared to that which we make out of Martel, but not horrible. Alright, anybody else need to move this turn? Blorg Pig Kissa? Is it time for you to recruit some of those trolls for us? Or do we keep on waiting? Maybe wait a little longer. You, go to Fort Bergbray.
What's this?
And oh! The fort is actually part of the territory now. That's kind of interesting. And it wasn't like that in the... it wasn't like that in Immortal Empires, obviously. Interesting nonetheless. You keep on staying here. Can't find WAAAGH until the public order is fixed, or the diplomatic relations with Greenskins is fixed. Let's build buildings and let's continue. Alright. Boss Pole will start with you, the Horde will continue with you, and Raiden Stashes will finish off with you. Yes to the Boar Pens here, maxed out, so in 6 turns we'll be able to start building Boar Boy Biggins, which we do want for our Boar Boy army. And we're starting to make some money, which means we'll be making use of it. Get those idols there, Artois, get that Boss's Shack, and both of those idols. What do we have here? Ward of Rain. No, we're still not building stuff there. Pale Sisters, we are building stuff here. Namely, the Boss's Shack to counteract public order and another totem pole. Alright. Buildings built, some money remaining.
You need help?
If we can get our army here closer, we should be able to build trolls. You know what? Maybe we build those trolls and we proceed to Drakenhole and then try to move these guys together. Maybe he'll attack, You're not willing to peace out. Oh, they're willing? They're very close to piecing out. Join war against... Oh, we're not at war with Elf Town, so that doesn't work. Okay. Well, let's just hope they fight each other. And that would be fantastic. I think we're gonna build 4 trolls, despite the expense. The regular trolls, not the stone trolls. I know, but we'll build stone trolls later. Alright. Love fightiness. I'm ignoring you this time, because I know that it's Ugg the Recruiter. Building upgrade available. Now we check those garrisons, damage buildings, heroes not moved. And only one more thing to do. I want to check new goblin big bosses. Ooh, we got a shroom grower. Hello. And we got a Torturer and a Braga. Might be useful. Yeah, these might be the 2 that we put into this army. Make it cheaper, if nothing else. Those Ragnarok spiders are gonna get real expensive. I guess we can summon once we're here. Close to that army. The rest of you are fine, right? Right? Yeah, they look fine. And turn. Probably could have checked Diplo again, but we're okay. Keep on advancing. I think one of the things I like about the larger map is that it feels like you can be a little bit more selective in the battles that you take. I've certainly found myself auto-resolving a little bit more the unnecessary battles, but in Immortal Empires I often find myself hesitating, thinking like, oh no, what if we don't find another good battle, so I'll fight a battle that isn't really going to have any kind of chance. But here we know that the map is so big, there's plenty more enemies to fight, so yeah, I like that. Anyway, Imminent Rebellion in Schadensumpf, and that's where here? Oh, because they keep raiding it? Yeah, that's fine, it'll be fine. Idle Carva, alright, where did that other army go? I can't see it again. Oh man. Alright, go here. See if we can't find it. Stay in auto, or ambush rather. Did these guys lose their army? Oh, they lost their army. The elves must have killed them. We could peace out with them. But you know what? They attacked us, so we should probably just destroy them. I think next turn we'll go into March Stance, get to Drakenhole. Blorg, you can move to Vorburg immediately. And get ready to transfer those trolls. With 4 trolls, this army will be strong enough to be able to stand on its own, so yeah. Alrighty, Grimgor, start with you again. You're not Grimgor, you're Arachnic. Grimgor, can you reach any of these places? You can reach Castle Gisoro, which you should be able to auto-resolve unless there's a pile of enemies there. Which there's not. No garrisons. And we have one more turn. And we're getting very close to Grom the Paunch now. Alright, this is obvious auto-resolve. Do we need to leech XP? I guess that's the question. Are you able to reach another settlement? No. Meaning you're free to leech XP. Go here. And then we'll move to the other place next turn. Oh, right, it's because you have the WAAAGH in your army. That's why you're so slow. But you kind of need the WAAAGH. Alright, a little bit of damage, mostly to the WAAAGH. The WAAAGHs will be gone in 6 turns anyway, so... yeah. I'm not disbanding it out of that particular army, but there will be other armies where we do. Let's get you into raiding camp stance. A little bit of public order reduction here. It's not like we care about it. And let's quell animosity as well while we're at it. Next up, Spite Blood Reaper. Nobody near you. Let's head you to... I guess Castle Rashah first. And you can auto-resolve this. Occupy. And I could get another fight soon. Hey, another Forbidden Rod. That will go to... not Knobber, but Arachnic. You can have the Forbidden Rod. And you won't need the Armor of Silver Steel because you're going to be on your Arachnarok Spiders soon. Might give you the Armor of Fortune, though, and the Potion of Healing. But I'd like his army to get a little bit stronger before we invest so heavily into a lord that might die, you know what I mean? Oh, wait, but he's... well, his army might die, but he won't die because he's immortal. Actually, wait, I don't see the immortal trait here. It just says this lord will be wounded instead of killed in battle. I guess he doesn't need the immortal trait. Oh, well. Fancy Orkin right there. Knobber. Into WAAAGH begins, to Martel. And this is their last settlement, and you're not going to attack. You are going to begin building siege works. There we go. And we're going to level up and we're going to get ready to fight. We want Artisanales next to start leveling up our Wolf Riders, our Pump Wagons, and our Chariots. I really want to try them out, so got to get into it. You are going to get Dead Hard. And, oh, we could wait a little bit and we'd get Battle Leader as well. Well, you know what, for now get Heroic Killing Blow, and yeah, we want to get back here anyway, so I think that's still a good, it's still a good choice. And these guys will attack us next turn, doubtless. We want to upgrade the Pump Wagons. We got Chariot Armor and Jagged Weapons. The weapon strength on the Pump Wagons isn't actually all that much. 10% physical resistance would be nice. You guys have the same upgrade, yeah? I think the Pump Wagons are going to be fragile no matter what we do. Certainly 25% physical resistance is nice. But I also feel like we want them to hit really, really hard. And then get the heck out of there. You know what? I'm not sure yet. which I like more. I'd like to observe their performance in battle first a little bit, and then we'll make a decision as to that. And we'll be able to observe the battle this very turn, as soon as we're done with everything else. Masha, keep stealing tech if you would, and down to Clussen Town. And try not to fail us. Keep an eye on whatever else is going on over here. I'm pissing these elves off even more. We should also get another shaman up and running. Oh, and also, what we should do, speaking of getting heroes up and running, I would like another goblin big boss, Shroom Groa, and we'll give you immediately that, what were they called? Swindler. Still don't know if it actually works, but nonetheless. And what about the other big bosses? I'd love to find another Swindler. I don't particularly care for Braga, although the bonus leadership might come in handy, as Gabos have low leadership in general. 55 leadership on the big bosses. I don't think I've ever considered getting leadership on a hero, but this might be the first time that I have. In fact, the big... Wait, what? The big bosses have less leadership than the units? That's kind of bizarre. Or maybe it isn't. I mean, for Skaven, yeah. I could see the Skaven Lord running before his army does, but yeah, nonetheless. Anyway, we've completed on second thoughts for that upkeep reduction. Next, global recruitment duration -1 turn for all units. Ooh, that's real nice, but we have to tech through Oglock to get to it, and I'm not willing to spend the 10k right now. Sneak in would give us hero action reduction. Yeah, we could upgrade... You know what, let's get pointier rocks. I want to get the upgrades. There's a couple of other nice things in here that we will want to tech towards. Upkeep reduction for our armies in enemy territory, for example. Don't need the boar upgrades or the savage orc upgrades yet. You know what we also want to do, though? We'll want to start sending somebody to find WAAAGH. Frankly, I should have done it a while ago, but, well, we'll do it now. Port Saul. The goblin big bosses are the cheapest heroes, and we get the most of them, so I think we'll send one of you out. I guess we'll do a torturer. And we'll delete him afterwards. Is there anything that'll make him move faster? Sadly, I don't think so. Wait, what does Stalker do? Campaign line of sight? We'll take that. Alright, sir. You've a long way to travel to WAAAGH, but let's hope that... Oh! No. I was wondering whether we could speed up the journey a little bit, but no. Go find us a WAAAGH, please. Alright, building, and then we end the turn, and then we fight once more. Sorry about the relatively admin-heavy middle portion of this episode, but it does happen. And for those of you that actually do enjoy the admin, well then I'm not sorry. Gavo City for you, Lost Valley. What do we have here? 2 more towers to build, eh? And let's keep building those towers. Pile of scrap and... Savage stones. Albion is going to be the best place to build all of these towers because Albion will have by far the most growth. We got 536 here, we got 6 and 700 in some of these others. Yeah. These places will never grow as much, although 516 on the UNS, but that's probably at least partly because of the ports in that location. Alright, let's keep upgrading. Dassault is ready for an upgrade, as in a tier upgrade for its settlement. Greenskin burrows. Is it barrows or burrows? It is burrows. Greenskins wouldn't make barrows. What are you talking about, Ruinous? Come on now. We can't actually build anything here, can we? Because we need raiding stashes plus the special building. So we're going to ignore it. Alright, next up we got Heap of Shiny Stuff. Heap of Shiny Stuff X2. It's got to end that turn so that the Confederation debuff is gone. Do we build the Orc guardhouses here? I mean, I think we're okay without them for now, although now that we're investing in the Hag Hut. Maybe, if we have money left over. How about that? Alright, build a heap of shiny stuff. Pale Sisters, let's upgrade the settlement to there. We're not going to upgrade you until the settlement is done. As in protected, as in the enemy is gone. Gut Tower, sure. Gotta get those to tier 5. Castle Rashad, let's delete the building. Ooh. Upkeep reduction for Greenskin Spear Infantry, Bow Infantry, and Chariots and Pump Wagons. And that's what I like to say. Get you started with the Nidals, and then we'll build other stuff there. And Gisoro, you're the last place. Start with the castle, upgrade it immediately. Get those boss poles up and running, and then get the big boss hut, or whatever it's called, up and running as well. Oh, lovely. We'll also need to delete one of the Spider Riders. Maybe one of the Archers this time. Skip. Skip, and end turn. Wait, did I level these guys up? I did. What I did not do is give the Goblin Great Shaman any items, but at the same time, until he's on the Spider Shrine, he's probably not going to need him. He doesn't want to fight, and we'll keep him out of it. End turn. And let's see them sally out of Martel. I'm 90% sure they will, but I could be wrong. Find out. One of the great things about SFOs, it makes the AI a little bit more aggressive, a little bit less of a coward, at least when it comes to sallying out or when it comes to besieging things and attacking things. So there we go. And they will indeed sally out in Alber's untested army to be tested at last. Did he say get into it? I couldn't quite make that out. But hey, I'm into it, and hope you guys are as well. Anyway, here we go. Time to test out our new toys. Low tier though they may be, they will hopefully still prove decently effective. I've never been a big fan of the Goblin Chariots, as they are going to be rather weak, and especially there is a lot of enemy cavalry on this map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of melee cav on this side, and then there's a pistolier, and there's more cav on this side as well, so yeah, we'll have to watch out. We're going to try to focus down those mounted yeomen first. They are shielded, but they are also very lightly armored, and are likely to take more damage than the enemy Empire Knights are. Looks like they'll catch out a few of our Goblin Wolf Riders, mostly because skirmish is very iffy in terms of its functioning, let's say. But it's okay. A few Goblin Wolf Riders lost here and there won't matter much on a 100 unit or 100 model unit. And keep backing off until that unit of mounted yeoman is destroyed, but it looks like this one at least is going to rout. And the speed on our Goblin Wolf Archers should keep them well and far away from the enemy, especially when their speed gets reduced by the stagger shot from, I think, yeah, it was the Maghrib's Mangy Marauders. Nice. Over on this side, unfortunately, the skirmish mode has failed us, and the T-Frob as Goblin Wolf Chariots do get caught by Knights of the Realm, which is a horrifically bad matchup, as they get annihilated. Over on this side, the Goblin Wolf Chariots have rushed to the mortars, but aren't really able to do enough damage to see them off before a unit of halberdiers comes in to bail them out. And that's really the issue. I mean, later we'll get the boar chariots of the orcs, which will do much more damage on the charge. These guys are more of a harassing force, similar to the wolf riders. At least will be used for a similar purpose. We'll do some comparisons, and we'll also get the pump wagons in combat with arrows hanging around here, the spiky rollers and the spore sploders as well. And just waiting for the main lines to clash, which, speaking of, here come the biggins to face off against the enemy greatswords and halberds and whatever it is that the enemy brought. And both the regular biggins and our savage orcs as well. Nice charge from an enemy unit of pistoliers, kind of annoying to our flanks, but charging pistoliers into biggins of any kind seems like not the brightest move. Alright, nice little preview of the Savage Orcs doing work before they get their own army. Hopefully we'll be able to get a couple... As are Savage Rogue Idols only available to WAAAGH? Or can we build them via perhaps a settlement? Or not a settlement, a landmark. I guess we'll see. I can always put some regular Rogue Idols with them, with the Savage Orcs anyway. Or if we confederate WAAAGH, maybe he'll still have those units for us. We'll just have to keep them alive. Anyway, main lines continue to be engaged, and the various units of pump wagons are working in the midst of it and annoying any enemies while applying that lovely sundered armor. The spiky rollers are quite helpful. And just by virtue of that, and reasonably tanky, or at the very least don't get insta-killed once they charge through the enemy army like this. It looks like it's going to be a fairly lengthy engagement in the main line, but that'll at least allow our pump wagons to get multiple charges in without getting surrounded and destroyed. Let's see what's going on over in the background. The bounce power, first of all, is still about 50-50, and the enemy lord is nearly dead as we have switched targeting him with the 2 units of Doom Divers, which will certainly make him have a pretty darn bad day. Looks like the T-Frobba's Goblin Wolf Chariots have been pretty much destroyed by the Knights of the Realm. I think they came back but got caught again. You just can't trust the skirmish mode. I always fall for this, leaving units on skirmish mode only for them to eventually get caught, despite the fact that they shouldn't be. Empire Knights really shouldn't be catching Goblin Wolf Chariots with 70 speed compared to 90. But yeah, you gotta babysit units rather than allow the skirmish to do its work, where they'll eventually get caught. So that one's on me. Alright, nice charge from those units of pump wagons, continuing to very much irritate the enemy lines, sunder them, and break up their formations as well, allowing the piles of Savage Orcs to do damage. Looks like Savage Orcs are going down in pretty big piles as well to the enemy Halberdiers, but you can't underestimate Halberdiers and Greatswords either. Mainstays of the Imperial Infantry and mainline. They've got their anti-large and they've got their armor piercing as well. Though I suppose the enemy should have been using them a little bit more against the regular biggins rather than the Savage Orcs. I'm going to be curious to see how much damage the Savage Orcs will have taken compared to the non-Savage Orc biggins, considering these guys have 100 armor and nearly on par with the Greatswords. Alright, looks like the AI is still doing that behavior where it sends in any range units that are getting caught into melee, and the handgunners have joined the fray. But I don't think that really makes them any safer, just puts them closer to the biggins of both varieties, as well as the pump wagons attacking them. Mounts of Favor has suddenly shifted to about 80% in our favor, no longer in the 50-50. The Logie Bogie Spore Sploders are now also pretty badly damaged and getting caught by the Empire Knights, but that's not a great matchup. Over on this side, more Empire Knights are facing off against the all-for-all unit of Savage Orcs, but it looks like we have the advantage here. And despite the relative lack of armor piercing on the Savage Orcs, they are anti-large, so they do got 28 extra damage against the Empire Knights, and this is the main reason why I decided to mix them into this army rather than just going for regular biggins. Anyway, that unit of Knights is out. Another unit of Empire Knights has decided to charge one of our Goblin Doom Diver crews, so we're going to have to move in to help them out as fast as possible. Or will we? Apparently we will not, as the rest of the enemy army will finally shatter. Of course, our units of various Wolf Riders have been running around in the background this entire time, but let's face it, they're not really contributing to the fight so much as preventing enemy units that were broken from coming back in and annoying enemy back lines. The Chariots didn't do too much, but the Wolf Riders, in killing any units that broke, were quite valuable. Plus, they did manage to lead several of the enemy units of Knights around. They destroyed those Yeomen. I think they destroyed a couple of the units of Knights as well, over time, over a very lengthy amount of time. But they still did it, and unlike the Chariots, unlike the Wolf Chariots, and the Goblin Wolf Archers, the skirmish mode didn't seem to fail as much, and they didn't really get caught, whereas the Chariots got caught several times, and I had to try to bail them out. But anyway, nice little battle here, and did manage to pull it off. We certainly took some damage on several of the units, including several of the biggins, though a good amount of them will heal. And yeah, I think the Wolf Chariots are going to be the ones that took the most damage. I don't know how many units of the Spore Sploders got damaged, but I guess we'll find out in a sec. Alright, there we go. The battle is won and the untested were tested. As to the performance, obviously the Regiment of Renown Maghrib's mangy marauders performed quite well, but they've always been a good Regiment of Renown going back to the first game. The other Wolf Rider Archers 16k and 16k damage. The damage that they were able to achieve wasn't anything like the Biggins, which got plenty more kills and plenty more damage as well. So I guess the question for us here is, are the fast movers useful enough in the army to keep them in here? I found in this particular battle the chariots were the most useless, but that was, I think, in part because we were faced against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units of melee cav, and cav is generally a hard counter to chariots, which means these guys didn't really have the chance to shine, as in the Goblin Wolf chariots, and didn't have the chance to shine. I'd like to give them another proper try. I think the Wolf Archers did fairly well, I think better than the range Spider Riders did in their battles, and while the Pump Wagons didn't do anything crazy in terms of damage, unfortunately the Logie Bogies got kind of sent off, and they did okay, 14 and 15k, and they were providing armor sundering, which was enabling all the Biggins and all the other units to do more damage. Anyway, pretty interesting army. I am hopeful to see more stuff from it. Let's just in case heal up. I know this is gonna be our no, this faction will be destroyed. Nobody's gonna attack you here, Nobber. I don't want any ransom captives though. Yeah, let's slaughter the captives. Counteract a little bit of that public order issue. Oh wait, I should have healed. The entire enemy army didn't get destroyed, but we should still be able to auto-resolve. The elves are united against us. Okay, that's going to be somewhat annoying. In fact, it's going to be very annoying. And I'm somehow willing to bet these dwarfs are coming for us as well. Well, at least they don't like the elves. There is that. Anyway, technology research, scrap upgrades for rock lobbers and doom divers. There's a place that's about to rebel. Savage Below is available. How far can you move, sir? And can you move far enough? Your little troll army should be able to destroy this army. Alright, I'm gonna risk this, and we're also actually out of time, but well, too late. I'm moving you now. This guy's headed towards Bokel, which is gonna fall. There's nothing we can do about it. And by the looks of it, we won't be able to reach you. Again, this annoying little faction. I'm tempted to temporarily peace out with them. Peace out. Would you join war against the elves? No. Would you join war against anybody? We can redeclare war on them later, as soon as the 10 turns are up, but I feel like right now, with the elves having declared war on us, we need to deal with... Yeah, they won't join. Alright, just give us the money, we'll peace out with you. We'll destroy you later, but at the same time, we'll tell you to get the heck out of here. The trespassing warning. Gorkill. You're gonna go right here, and I'm just going to move you two close to each other, so that we can transfer to Gorkill the 4 trolls. It won't complete his army, but it will make it stronger. Oh, sufficiently stronger. You're not a bully, are you? Nah, Chopper Envy. Choppa Envy. But anyway, keep an eye for more bullies in here. You got Stabba Envy as well. And that Stabba is longer than mine. Orcs, I love you. Alright. Well, with that, we're out of time, folks, and I am going to call the episode here. Next time, Grimgor and, well, frankly, all 4 of these armies are going... Wait. There we go. I just wanted to do that so I didn't forget later on. Alrighty, now you can heal up. And good sir, and Sigmar's Heim has been destroyed. Anyway, as I was saying, these 4 armies will continue moving southward. It looks like Carcassonne is more or less broken, though. Oh, actually, they do have 16 territories. There's territories down here. I was wondering why we hadn't encountered the Fey Enchantress as yet, but really, it's territories of Lewin and Rapunce that we're currently conquering, that were confederated by the Fey. So we'll probably encounter her, and maybe get a fight going against some of Alberic's forces as well. finally, we'll also hopefully get some more enemy types, as the elves have declared war, and by the looks of it, the dark elves are gonna head towards us from Norska soon, so we'll need to start building up the next army. Anyway, pretty grand campaign so far. At least I'm having a blast. Hopefully the same for you guys. Stay tuned for more. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments for the algorithm down below, and if you want the hour episode, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.